Israel is very challenging, and I'll tell you in which way the most challenging. The lack of boundaries. There are no boundaries. This guy is working in the street on something that should be done in a garage or somewhere. There's no difference between public sphere and private sphere. People do whatever they want, and there's nobody supervising and giving limits. And this goes back to my teaching experience, my recent teaching experience, where kids have no limits. They can do whatever they want because they live in a very affluent part of the city. Not here, it's outside of here. It's actually called Ramat Sharon. And there are no limits. There's no limit between a citizen who goes to the army, serves his country or her country, and citizens who do not. And I'm talking about, in that particular school, we had Arab teachers who do not serve in the army. There's no way they earned the salary I did, because my salary was less than what a person gets making coffee in a coffee shop. That's right. I had to teach class after class after class of kids without any limits who would throw a football at me at any given moment, because half the teachers were Arabs who just came there. I am sure they didn't receive the salary I did. I'm sure, because nobody can live off that salary. And there were two men, two Arabs, and they came all the way from the north. They drove a car. My salary doesn't even cover a car, the cost of a car. So there's a lot of BS going on in the school system, where people get salaries depending on the needs of that particular principal. So I was treated like, okay, she'll substitute the English teacher, and she'll get minimum wage, and she'll do it because she's an idiot. Well, guess what? I'm not an idiot, and I stand up for my rights. And I'm really a bit sick of the way Israel is leading us. I mean, right now, leaders of my country are meeting with terrorists. This guy who's an Israeli doctor, if you do not know, saved his life. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but the leader of Hamas, the most disgusting terrorist organization, had a brain surgery removing a tumor by an expert Israeli doctor. I don't know how he lives with himself. And his life was saved so he can lead us into the most grotesque massacre known to Jews since the World War II. And definitely not in Israel, ever. So, you would think, empathy, but no, we're being attacked more than ever for defending ourselves. Now we're being accused of starving kids in Gaza. You know what? They get so much food, they were giving billiards, so much money. And what did they do with this money? They used it for rockets, throwing rockets. One landed not far from here. And let me tell you, this world is crazy. I do not support my government negotiating with terrorists. I'm really sorry for the hostages, and I really go there. I used to go there to support them until I realized it's a political battle, because it will never stop. First, it was one soldier being kidnapped. Now it's 100, and it was 200. Now it's 130, and we release terrorists that can do worse and worse and worse crimes. There's no negotiating with terrorists. This is absolutely ridiculous. Every day we lose soldiers. Every day we lose soldiers for what? So the terrorists can just continue to do whatever they want. What is wrong with this country? What is wrong with the education system? People here have so many kids, and they don't even look at what education system they put them in. Do they really want Muhammad teaching their kids? Is that the Zionist ideology that an Arab teacher will teach their kids? He's an educator in a Jewish school. I can't be an educator in an Arab school, and I understand that, because I do not support Arab ideology. I don't know anything about Ramadan. It's not my religion. I don't know it, and it's not my job. There's enough Jewish kids that need to be educated, but there aren't enough Jewish teachers. Why is that? Why aren't there enough Jewish teachers in the school system? Why do people keep making babies and they don't even give a fuck that their teachers earn less than minimum wage? There are no good teachers. Teachers with a university degree will never, ever teach there. I'd rather make coffee for people than have to deal with the class, have the parents call me up on minimum wage. What is wrong with Israel that they don't compensate the teachers? There's so many educated people here. But you know why? Because despite the school system, they succeed because their parents have enough money to send them to private lessons. And I don't know really what's the point, but they don't care about the public school system. Nobody wants to be a teacher. You can ask this girl right now, I can ask her, do you want to be a teacher? Absolutely not. She doesn't want to starve. She doesn't want to starve. She wants to have a nice life. She doesn't want to depend on a man supporting her because you can't live off a salary with a teacher. You can't. And it's ridiculous what Israel expects you to do. Educate kids, teach them English. All I had to do was teach them English, and they expected me to be the therapist. They let kids with special needs be in a large classroom, which is not okay. Somebody sits in the office, makes all kinds of ridiculous decisions, and we, the teachers, have to pay for it. The teachers' union is a joke, a sick joke. Do you know now they have, we're not going to work after 3:30. Well, school's over at 2 or 3, you idiots. Why don't you start not showing up for work? But they don't care. They're in this sort of lethargic sort of coma, and they don't really care about the future. And the people sitting up there in the teachers' seminars, they teach you stupid things that don't even relate to teaching at all. I did a hasava, it's called a special program to teach you for people with a university degree. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. There's not one course that teaches you anything to do with teaching. I learned more from YouTube than I learned from that stupid teachers seminar, kibbutzim. And they encourage people to be teachers for what? For what purpose? So you can't make a living off it. Nobody with a university degree would ever survive on that salary. So they teach maybe 1 year or 2 years, it's fun, and then they quit because they need to wake up for the bills, the electricity and the water and the food, and if they want to have a family. So it's ridiculous what's going on in Israel. The education system sucks. The defense